video, I'm going to go over a history of the Mouthplates in Transformers. Why am I doing this? I have got no idea. I've just got too much time in my hands nowadays. But anyways, before I start this, I want to say that I got most of my info off the Transformers wiki, and I'm basically just regurgitating it to you all. So yeah, enjoy. Optimus Prime featured a prominent mouthplate in both the cartoon and toy form, as do all other G1 based toy line versions. The 20th anniversary figure featured a mouthplate that was movable via a button on the back of his head that slightly lowered the spring supported mouthplate to recreate the talking action scene in the cartoons. Soundwave had a similar mouthplate, but no apparent nose. Like Optimus, both his cartoon and toy form had the mask. No toys have yet been made with a moving mask feature. Wheeljack's mouthplate was unique because it was fixed. Even in the cartoon, instead of a movable mouthplate, you knew Wheeljack was speaking because his ears flashed. This might have been a misinterpretation of the toy's head, where the mouthplate could have been interpreted as a visor. Superion had a faceplate on the cartoon even though his toy had a mouth. Crosshairs and Trigger Happy also gained mouthplates in the Rebirth despite their toys not having them, and Trigger Happy even kept his mouthplate in Headmasters, while Crosshairs did not. Ultra Magnus and his newly reborn body from the Japanese continuity also featured a mouthplate. Hotspot sometimes had a mouthplate and sometimes he didn't. Optimus Primo, in his first design, was infrequently shown to have a mouthplate which would slide into place when entered battle. This was used to reconcile the presence of an actual mouth in his animation model with lack thereof in the toy. Later retoolings of the toy reflected the animation model. Orion Pax had a mouthplate which was once partially broken in battle with some thugs. He considered it his lucky faceplate and he was disheartened when he lost it during a temporary body replacement. He was more comfortable when his facial expressions were hidden from sight. After he became Optimus Prime, sufferers of the Primus Apiosis, such as Pyro, would often mimic him by getting long faceplates. At one point, Prime showed that he could retract the plate in order to eat, and yeah, that's really a thing. Iron Fist had a regular face in his youth, but covered it up with a mouthplate later on. Sentinel Prime deployed a faceplate during combat. Jetfire had a removable mask with a mouthplate as part of his battle gear. Like Optimus Prime, Onslaught and Vortex wore mouthplates but could retract part of them to reveal their mouths. Soundwave was revealed to have one point been without a faceplate. He got the faceplate when he was refitted into a new body. When a team of young Autobot recruits from all across the Council of Worlds joined Optimus Prime at Earth, they began wearing detachable mouthplates in order to better emulate their leader. Optimus Prime, X-Brawn, Prowl, Rapid Run, Scrooge and all of the Commandos bar Rollbar sported non-moving mouthplates. In Energon, when Wingdagger was killed by a fallen Energon tower, his mouthplate shattered, revealing a mouth beneath it. It's unclear whether all mouthplated Transformers in this continuity had similar setups. In Cybertron, the Optimus Prime animation model displayed a similar setup to Optimus Primal, with a mouthplate that slid into place when entering Super Mode. In this case, however, the toy reflected this, featuring a gimmick that allowed the face to display either configuration. Optimus Prime was depicted as having a combat mouthplate which closed over his normal mouth to protect his face. Only a few toys, one of Prime's Robot Hero figurines, Buster Optimus Prime, his two retooled Battlehook toys, the first edition, and Invasion Mode sculpts from AOE have displayed his face and mouth, while all other merchandise featured a plate. Blackout also had a mouthplate, but it was only seen really briefly. Bumblebee has two pieces that rest on the top of his head but slide down and clamp together over his whole face in battle. They also look very similar to an insect, crediting his name. Jazz had a visor that protected his upper face in combat. Ironhide also had a mouthplate similar in appearance to Optimus Prime's as shown in some of his concept art and toys, but he never officially used it in the film. He did however use it in Revenge of the Fallen on the PS2, and Transformers the game if you play in low-res assets. Sideswipe's Human Alliance toy confirmed he had an extra layer of armour plating protecting his main face. Megatron also featured a mouthplate, but however, this was only promotional material, not in the actual movie. The same thing was applied to Barricade in The Last Night. Most of the Autobots in Optimus Prime's crew had retractable faceplates. Notable members include Optimus, Bumblebee, Prowl and Sentinel Prime. Optimus Prime and Wheeljack each had a mouthplate that they slid into place over their faces whenever they entered battle. Nemesis Prime, being a copy of Optimus, also had a mouthplate as well, though it was permanently deployed. Bumblebee also had somewhat of a mouthplate as well until he got his voice back near the end of Transformers Prime. Bumblebee and Optimus both retained their retractable faceplates. Strongarm and Sideswipe possessed similar face guards. As always, Optimus Prime possessed a retractable mouthplate. Grimlock also possessed a combat mouthplate and visor used only in more dangerous battle scenarios. Eruption, Dead End and Thunder Howl would keep the tradition going